Hiya! I wasn't planning to film a video, which is why you're at this weird angle, because I've not got a tripod or anything. But I came out for my walk and I'm just in such a chatty mood. Like, I'm literally walking around just chatting to myself, just chatting away. So I was like, do you know what? Let me sit down on my favourite bench and film a video, because I haven't filmed one in a really long time. So sorry for the weird angle. I'm probably gonna have a double chin because I'm like looking down at you, but it's fine. I've basically been chatting to myself about manifestation and like the idea of being a creator in your own life, because it's something that I've been doing for a really long time. I've been aware of like that concept, and I've been practicing manifesting and like creating the life of my dreams and like the life that I really want to live, bit by bit and like step by step, you know. And it first started when I was at university, and I well and truly believe that I manifested getting a first in my degree, because I worked hard, but I worked smart. Like I worked smarter, not harder. That's like, if when people ask me what did you learn from your degree, like the best thing you learned, there's nothing about the subject I did. I tell them that I say I learned how to work smarter, not harder, because you can make university so hard and so long, and you can put so many hours in and not get good results, or you can work out how to get a good grade and just do that. You know, and that's what I did. And when I got my result, I was excited, but I was like, yeah, like obviously, like I knew I had a first. Like I knew I was gonna get a first because I manifested it. Because literally every day, even when I was really struggling to like write an essay, when I felt like it was the worst essay I'd ever written, I had such a strong belief and voice in my head that I am someone who's getting a first in my degree. Like I'm the type of person that goes to uni and gets a first in their degree. I'm not somebody who gets a 2-1, you know. I'm just not that person. It's just not gonna happen. Like I am getting a first, and like that is that. Like even when I didn't entirely almost believe it, like myself, like there was parts of me that were really anxious about my grades, and like parts of me that like when I'm doing my essays, I'm really struggling with this essay, like I can't write well, I'm not into it. I was judging my own writing. I still had a voice in my head that was like, it doesn't matter how I feel about this writing, I'm gonna get a good grade for it, and I'm gonna get a first at the end of my degree. And you know what, some of the essays that I handed in that I thought were the worst essays, I got like the best marks for, and I got a first in my degree in the end. And when I got my grade, so I had this feeling, which is what I'm going to talk about now, which I've been experiencing recently, is when I got my grade, I was happy, and I was like, I'm really pleased with that, but I wasn't like that excited or that overjoyed, or like I wasn't like, oh my god, like I've got a first in my degree. Like I wasn't surprised, because I'd manifested. Oh my god, dang, you've fallen. Let me put you back. Is this the same way? No, I had you this way. Sorry about that. I wasn't like crazy excited. I wasn't like, oh my god, I've got a first in my degree, because I'd already manifested it. And part of like manifestation practice is to feel the feeling of already having the thing that you want, already living the life that you want to live, right? So in my manifestation practice, I'd already experienced the feeling of getting a first in my degree. I'd already experienced that excitement, and I already knew that it was coming. Like I had such a strong belief, like I'm getting a first, that I wasn't surprised. I was like, yeah, like I was expecting a first, you know. That was a weird bird call. Anyway, similar things happened to me recently, because the past 4 months I have been on the hunt for a van, because I wanted a camper van. I've been looking for either a camper van or a van that I can convert myself into a camper van, whatever it is. And I was looking for a very specific wheelbase, height, model, make, year, price range, And literally one came up through somebody that I know on TikTok. He was selling his van. It just came up on my TikTok. He just put it on his TikTok, like, I'm selling my van, message me if you're interested. And I bought his van, and it was exactly the exact van that I wanted. And I knew that I manifested it, because when I went and picked it up, I was driving at home, and I was excited, and I was like, this is cool, like, I feel really happy. I'm like, this is really cool, you know. But I also felt like, especially for the next few days afterwards, I felt slightly deflated, and I was a little bit like, why am I not like super excited about this? Like, is there something wrong? Like, is this actually not meant for me? Is this not what I'm supposed to be doing? And I realized, like, no, it's because I manifested it. And it's because I think I went into picking up the van, and like having that first week of having a van, I was expecting my like excitement and my surprise and my like joy to be like up here. But because I was just like mildly like, yeah, this is cool, like, I'm really happy I've got this finally, I like came down, like I felt really deflated. And to be honest, I was just a bit overwhelmed, like, by the fact that I like finally having one. I spent a lot of money for me on it, the amount of money that I was expecting to spend on it, but you know, it's still like a big adult, like, that's my first like big adult buy, you know, with my own money that I've like earned. And yeah, you know, I was just a bit like, I wasn't like buzzing about it, you know, which I kind of expected to be. And that's when I realized, like, no, like, this is because it's something I've manifested. Because I know that in like my meditation, in my manifestation practice, I'd already imagined and I'd already experienced the feeling of having a van. I'd already experienced doing van life, because I'd meditated through it. I'd truly felt it. And so it wasn't a shock to my brain or my body when I was doing it, because I was like, I've experienced this before, like, you know. But that's how powerful your mind is, because it will give your brain and your body a sense of like, no, I've been here before, like, so you don't feel alien to it. Like, I just felt like, yeah, I felt like I'd had a van for ages already, because I'd experienced this. I experienced this as well when I was traveling, when I'd manifested doing that. And when I was actually traveling, I was having a really good time and I loved it. But I wasn't like overwhelmed. I wasn't like, you know, I'd already experienced like a lot of it before, if you know what I mean. Like, if you manifested, you know what I mean. It's like I hadn't actually experienced the thing, but I'd experienced the feelings of going through that already, because I'd manifested it. And that's how I know that I've manifested something truly. And sometimes when things come to me and it's like, I feel really surprised by it, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm like, I don't think I manifested that. I think that's just been a blessing, you know. That's just been something that, and again, I don't necessarily believe it's just like blessings, but it's like how you show up in the world reflects back to you. And sometimes it's like you don't always realize that you are being giving and like lighting up other people's worlds, because sometimes you receive things, you're like, oh my God, like, that's really nice. Like, I've been really looked after lately, like in life, by my friends, my family, everyone around me, really. Everyone I interact with is just kind to me, and I truly believe that is because I'm kind to myself, and I show up in the world with kindness as well, and I'm giving to other people. And it's not always like, it's not a tit for tat situation. Like, if I give something to someone, I don't expect them to return the same value thing to me personally. I just give it to them, and I know that that's the right thing to do, and that they need it, and I have enough to give. Like, I have enough of whatever it is to give to them, to give to someone else, to light someone else up. And I always have a trust that when I do that, and when I show up in the world like that, the world will show up for me like that back. And it's not it's not like a one-on-one, it's not a tit for tat, it's not personal to other people necessarily. Sometimes it is, because it's, you know, you have relationships and friendships and family that you share values with, and it's like, obviously I look after my friends, and I value friends that look after me, you know. But it's also just with anyone in life that I give kindness to, like, that I'm just nice to, that I give good energy to, like strangers, even in the streets and stuff. Don't want to be rude to people. I'm not like that. And that's reflected back to you, you know. It's a collective thing. Like, I'm in the flow of kindness. I'm in the flow of love at the moment, because I receive it and I say thank you, like I can receive that, and I also I give it, and I give it and then I receive it back. What's the is it in Friends when Joey does the speech or something that's like, marriage is about giving and receiving and receiving and giving? But truly, like, life is like that. Okay, I've been yapping for 10 minutes, so I'm probably gonna go now. I honestly don't know what's wrong with me. I feel like I'm in my what's the stage like just after your period? I've just finished my period, so I'm like, I'm on it right now. Give me 2 weeks and I'll be like, but yeah, I just feel so chatty. I've got a lot of energy. Okay, I'm gonna go.